When Chimaev burst onto the UFC scene in 2020 with 3 fights in 2 months, it seemed a foregone conclusion that he would one day hoist UFC gold. But 4 years and 4 fights later, Chimaev's ascendancy was no longer nearly as certain. Contracting COVID forced Chimaev out of multiple bouts and nearly led to Boers calling it quits on his MMA career. Ultimately, he returned, but things have been hit or miss since then. When he has made it to the cage, Chimaev remained a dominant force, but making it has been the trouble. And that trouble reared its head yet again this past summer. Chimaev was supposed to square off with Whittaker in the main event of the UFC's first event in Saudi Arabia back in June. However, illness once again forced him out of the bout, and instead, fans were left wondering if Chimaev was destined to be a cautionary tale. After Whittaker demolished late replacement Ikram Aliskerov in Chimaev's stead, the fight between the two was rebooked for UFC 308 as a 5-round co-main event. This time, Chimaev made it to the cage, and he didn't need more than a round to remind everyone how good he is. A little over 10 seconds into the fight, Chimaev charged in on Whittaker with a takedown attempt, forcing the former champion to the cage. Whittaker, an accomplished wrestler in his own right, did his best to keep his feet, but Chimaev simply overpowered him to the mat. Whittaker worked to create scrambles, but could not shake the suffocating pressure of Chimaev, who found his way to the back and quickly locked on a rear naked choke. The one saving grace for Whittaker in this position was that the choke wasn't under the chin but across it. Except that turned out to be the problem. Undeterred by the suboptimal positioning, Chimaev simply squeezed the position as a face crank, almost immediately forcing a tap from Whittaker.